We got a crazy episode for you guys. Von Miller out for the season. We got Hopkins signing a 2-year, $55 million deal.
And our very own Super Bowl predictions. Who's going to win the whole thing this year? And also, we're going to be going team by team, talking about each player who we like and don't like. It's going to be an awesome show. Stick around.
2 more days, guys. 2 more days.
One more
day.
Wait, tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day.
Sorry, we're recording the day before, so yeah.
Yeah, but enjoy the show. Sit back, and let's get this show started.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Brothers. Let's meet your host. From the cold and harsh distant land of Mother Russia, lover of romantic walks from his bed to his couch, Boris Wagner. From the sunshine state of California, lover of barbershops and sleeping in, Richard Wagner. Thank you for joining the Fantasy Football Brothers for another episode.
Welcome back. We are the Fantasy Football Brothers. My name is Richard Wagner.
And I am Boris Wagner.
And what the freaking hell? Tomorrow is the day.
Dude, every time I hear that intro and he goes, thank you for what... all I want to do is say you're welcome, right? I want to just give him a big fat hug.
Aww.
Tell him thank you so much for doing this intro.
I wonder if we'll ever meet the dude.
Yeah, because he seems really cool, man. Like,
yeah.
he's...
And very
that
talented.
That voice, yeah.
Shout out to him.
Shout out that...
Yeah.
Show him. Yeah, I got you. That should be the Fantasy Football Brothers in acronyms, but he was like, you know what? Let's even give an acronym for an acronym.
Let's shorten the shortened version.
Literally. All right.
But there's a lot of news that went down. We are so excited to see Kansas City play Houston. Oh, my freaking God. To see that Clyde Edwards-Helaire, David Johnson matchup. We got a little bet on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got Dave. Listen, do I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to finish higher than David Johnson this year? Absolutely. I got him ranked 4. But, big old butt. Like, big old peach, nice, juicy butt. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to say David Johnson because it's their first game. Who knows how much they're going to actually play. Clyde Edwards. Oh, we got a malfunction over here for his... yeah, I know. Mine's like all boobity too.
Boobity.
Yeah, I just think David Johnson is going to get the bulk load. You know, he's 28 years old. He's like, bro, you've been driving already for the last 20 years. We believe in you. We got you. And yeah, I think it's actually going to be a very close and exciting game. I'm excited for it.
But don't worry, guys. I included Boris into that league that I have Clyde. So now we don't have to have a whole season of Boris talking trash on Clyde.
Every time we watch the game, we're going to be like, because every time he's going to like be like, haha, and I'm going to, wait, like what?
But also, it is a very hard matchup. Don't expect Clyde in the beginning weeks to get that first-round draft pick value. It's definitely going to take him some weeks. And so, yeah, if you drafted him...
I don't think that many weeks, honestly, because, again, they just have Darrell Williams to back him
up. I don't think that many, but it's
going to take some time, for sure.
In my head, I'm already okay that it's going to take time.
Absolutely.
So, hopefully...
you took him for that upside, that beautiful upside, so it's going to pan out. It'll pan out.
Yes, sir. But we got some news in this episode. We're also going to be... we have a question. We have a You Ask, We Answer question.
Woo!
Which we're excited for.
And getting into some Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah, Super Bowl predictions. Thank you to whoever subscribed. We got another subscriber.
Yeah, we got a new subscriber. Every time there's a subscriber, it's literally like that song. It's like that music. I just feel that.
What music? Titanic? What music?
No. It's just like
the Twitch sound.
I don't know what it is. It's like some euphoric sound.
It's just like a chorus. Like
yeah.
Yeah, and then we're going to be taking you team by team, just talking a little about each team, talking about players we like, about players we don't like.
Right, so you can, if you guys are having your draft, maybe it'll help you, in the last day. Or you're just deciding on, it might still help you within week to week, your rankings, creating your own little rankings, checking our rankings, deciding which player to put.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And don't worry, we will be having our week by week
breakthrough.
No, our week by week what's it called? Standings, like who to sit, who to play.
We're gonna have that. Right. Our rankings.
Our rankings. We will be having
our week 1, week 2. We're gonna have the week 1 rankings up most likely Thursday morning.
Right.
So we're new to this. We have my girlfriend actually. She's part of this business and she's working really hard right now actually as we speak in California on her mom's and sister's birthday weekend, and she's trying to get this all going with the rankings, and we're very thankful for her. She's also going to be in a lot of the episodes about the injuries. She's a doctor.
Yeah,
She's
guys.
going to be
We got our own doctor on the show.
doctor.
Yeah, she's gonna be telling us about injuries.
Right.
All
Don't
the
you
other
don't listen
things.
to all the other doctors. Listen to this one.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's gonna be an awesome episode. If you guys are enjoying this, please subscribe. I'm hoping we hit 20 subscribers by Thursday, maybe.
Ooh, that's a good goal.
It's
I'll
a good
take that.
goal. If we can get 3 subscribers, that would be awesome. We really do appreciate it. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review. It helps tremendously.
Dude, we should compete with Apple by just
Mhm.
creating like an orange
Orange podcast.
bro.
I like it.
You know,
Put
because
that
it's
one in
like
the
what's
books.
the apples and oranges. You know, they're always comparing them.
Right. Or we should.
Our motto should be like,
Sweeter than the sun. That's a bad motto. But that's enough talking. Let's get into the news.
News.
We got Von Miller, super sad
crazy,
today.
crazy news.
Got an ankle tendon injury.
Bro, he was literally like probably what 10 miles away from us. How far? Like he's literally we're in
20.
Yeah, like 20 miles away from us. It probably
Actually-
happened super close by to us. I mean,
Yeah.
we live in Colorado right now. We live in the outskirts of Denver, so it's really sad news, man, for
Yeah,
all of Denver.
He might be likely out to be out for the season. I was gonna pick the Denver Broncos, most likely to win the Super Bowl, but now with this news, I'm gonna have to back off. You know.
Right.
But super sad.
Super
I think
sad for that organization,
you know,
for sure.
I think this still it really doesn't change that much. Like, yes, Drew Lock
Definitely
is gonna
does.
have to do more, but the thing is, we're still seeing who Drew Lock is. So like, if Drew Lock is good, he was still gonna have to do a lot.
Right, but a lot, yes.
Yes.
But when you have a defense that was actually pretty good, and
Right.
Von Miller is their defense,
Yeah.
like they're gonna be it's gonna be hard for the game scripts for him, and he's just gonna have to do a lot more
Yeah.
than he was gonna have to do.
I mean, yeah.
maybe a little. I'm
For
just saying,
sure,
like
for
it,
sure.
it definitely. It's definitely not the best for their organization.
Right,
that's for
100%.
sure.
Then we got Brandon Cooks not practicing with the quad injury. A little scary. That whole wide receiver group is just like the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. As much as I was high on Cooks, honestly, he's really not had that. He's really not had that much injuries other than concussions. I mean, he was pretty healthy. Season to season, he's had incredible years, like wide receiver 1 numbers. He was a first round draft pick, but it looks to us like out of nowhere he was chill, he was fine, and then it was like, oh, limited in practice, oh, not in practice.
Right.
Right in these most crucial moments. So at this point, I'm saying go I wouldn't start him right now. If you have to do it, because I have him in 1 league. I'm glad I didn't pick him up in more leagues. Just cause. But right now, I love Fuller, man. I think he's a top 20 dude, honestly.
Yeah, I would love to have a share of Cooks and Fuller,
Right.
like in some leagues.
Right. I'm just saying if whoever's injured, like they become the potential wide receiver 1.
right, but they just both so injury prone.
Right.
I do really like Fuller. I mean, Fuller's
Right.
the guy who's there in the offense. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Cooks might be like the more established wide receiver.
Right, he definitely is.
But Will Fuller was the guy
Right,
there,
with the
and he was
chemistry.
good last year.
Right.
You know, just
In the limited games.
let's stay on
for
the field.
Sure.
Travis Kelce, oh my God, thank the Lord, practiced in full. He's
Thank the
gonna be
Lord
playing
Jesus
Thursday.
Christ.
I got him in too many leagues for him to sit out. That's my boy. I know yesterday I gave that whole Travis Kelce not picking him rat. This year did not go that way. I definitely picked him in a lot
And
of
if anybody
places.
want to bet any of us that Travis Kelce finishes as the number 1 TE,
Oh yeah, my
let's
house.
make that bets, bro. My house. It's both of our houses.
March.
We'll bet our house.
Yeah, but they both have to play, like, you know,
At least 14 games or what?
and like if Kittle plays 16 and Kelce plays 13, like that's just not fair.
For sure.
Like-
In a
points
16
per game. Points per game.
Right, points per
In
game.
points per game.
Okay.
Kareem Hunt, 2-year deal worth $13 million. It's pretty crazy because I think people were drafting him in Dynasty for the potential that he was going to leave next year and go and be the number 1 on a team.
Right.
But I also see why he would do this because next year, oh my God, you know how many running backs are going to need contracts? Everybody.
So this is good for him, right? Because
Yeah,
he
this is
potentially
really
wouldn't
good.
have got one.
Potentially, yeah.
Right.
Like next year,
And who knows, bro? Who knows? Maybe Chubb. I don't know what's his contract like. But maybe Chubb is the one that gets out.
No, I mean they built their whole offense around Chubb. Chubb contract.
He's that chubby Chubbs.
Yeah, I know you don't think so, but I mean
Chubby.
he's probably
He's
the
like that little
best
kid that
runner.
you can't help but make fun of, but it sucks.
he's just like the best runner in the NFL. But
Yeah, because you can't help but make fun of how good of a runner he is.
yeah, he signed.
He's the best runner
in the NFL. He's the best running back, true running back in the NFL. Yeah. Who had the most rushing yards last year?
Me.
Nice. And 20. Well, people say he's the best rusher. I mean, I'm not gonna give him. That's what people say.
For sure.
He's signed until
I'ma say
2021. Wow. He's still on his rookie contract, bro. I don't know if you know that.
That's crazy. How much is he making?
He's only making 1.1 million and then 1.4 million.
Wow. They
Pretty
got
not that
him.
good. We got Hopkins. Speaking of money, bringing in what? Any fantasy related news?
Yeah.
Hopkins bringing in that humongous 2-year deal, $55 million. He becomes the biggest contract for a non-quarterback. Oh my freaking God. I think it's like 21 mil guaranteed each year with a bunch of incentives. And I don't know if you guys know this, but he actually negotiated the contract himself. There were no agents involved. So that was very interesting to hear. This guy.
He was like 50, going once, going twice. No, 49.
And I'm assuming that's why he left. 100%.
They weren't going to pay him
They weren't going to pay him, but also I'm sure that Bill O'Brien was just like, get this guy out of here. What this guy asking too much? Because also we were watching Pat McAfee. You know, it's like a really big business of like getting agents. So an agent makes 3% maximum. That's the most that they can make. Most agents make 2% to 2.5% because
they have so many
to compete, you know, with the other agents. You know, they're gonna offer lower percentages. But so it's like a really big business because when the player does this, it gives other players incentives to not sign with the agents. So a lot of agents are like, this stupid, you never should sign with an agent. A lot of the players with agents are convinced to tell their teammates to not sign without agents. It's a really big business. But Hopkins said, screw that, and signed a humongous deal, the biggest deal for a non-quarterback. Jesus Christ. And also, it's good. 2 years is great for him because
I think that's a perfect.
he can see if Kyler Murray is Kyler Murray, and if not, he could just go bounce.
Yeah, he's gonna be like 29, 30. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
at that point.
So, I mean, he's like a top 3 wide receiver in the league.
For sure.
Look at Julio. Devontae Parker practicing. That's amazing to hear.
Right. I wasn't really scared at this point. I'm very excited about Miami. I mean, I think honestly that's probably the team that's slept on the most. They've won a lot of they won a decent amount of games. They were actually close in a lot of games. And I think that Fitzpatrick in that system now with 1 year removed from that system with the same playmakers, Preston back, they have Gesicki there, and they have a better running back core. I mean, they have some freaking playmakers now, bro.
Yeah.
So I like
so
right. I get their defenses, but maybe who knows? Maybe that defense is like, wait a minute, maybe we should actually finally play defense, and like, you know, sometimes it's like that hype. You know, you win a couple games and everybody rallies up.
Yeah, but there's also just skill involved. So if you're not.
But they're all NFL players, bro.
Yeah. So what? Because they're NFL players, the freaking D.D. Westbrook is as good as Julio Jones. Like, there's definitely just like pure talent and skill involved into the game. But also really quick, we got depth charts mean nothing. Don't really look into the depth charts that are coming out right now for teams. Shout out to Fantasy Footballers. They said when they were listening to one of the beat writers in Dallas that, do you know who the tight end 1 on their depth chart is in Dallas?
Right.
Jason Witten. The Las Vegas Raiders, Jason Witten. He's not even on the team anymore, and he's listed as the number 1 tight end. Those things mean nothing.
And he's like 400 years old. So
yeah, so don't pay attention to them. Don't buy into that hype.
Right, and they have McKissick as the number 1 guy. Also, it's like McKissick. Like, I feel like they have every other running back, I would think, has a better chance of being the one.
The thing is, teams aren't going to tell you who their number 1 is.
Right, because then you have to game plan around that. 100%.
They're doing
Guess what? Guess what I'm saying right now? Predicted right now. The number 1 guy for Washington team is Gibson. Boom.
I wonder if people are looking like, oh my God, we need to go. I wonder if they got any teams and any teams are researching Jason Witten when they play the Cowboys.
Who is that? That guy sounds familiar, man. Let me look him up.
Right. We got a question. It's time for You Ask, We Answer.
What?
You ask, we answer.
Oh my God. So we were talking last episode, for those of you who missed it, and we were like, who you start in AJ Green, Tyler Boyd, and then we're kind of joking around that
right. That scenario never going to happen where you're able to draft both.
Because they
go one from each other, usually.
But they don't. They don't.
Oh, right.
Tyler Boyd goes the round later after AJ Green.
So he does.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the past week, but that's been the sitch.
Gotcha.
He's definitely been the cheaper option. So if you drafted both of them, we were saying
Who has been the cheaper option?
Tyler Boyd has been the cheaper option.
Yeah, but it makes no sense with all of these injuries. Like until this
Right, I'm
this
saying
situation.
once AJ Green news probably came out, they probably started switching.
Right,
but
right.
Once it wasn't coming out.
I hear you.
But to me, who are you going to start week 1, Tyler Boyd, AJ Green? To me, it's Tyler Boyd all day because Tyler Boyd is the safer option. We don't know how much they're going to give AJ Green. We don't know how much time they're going to play him on the field. I think he's a guy that definitely could break out, definitely can get you 30 points week 1, but I'm okay to miss that. I'm okay if he gets me 30, but Tyler Boyd gets me 12, 13. As opposed to on the flip side, what could easily happen is Tyler Boyd gets me 12, 13, and AJ Green just completely duds for like 1-2 points.
For sure. And if I'm going to ride that hype train, I can't leave that train when it's going. It's like the Harry Potter. You know the situation with like the 4th episode, Harry Potter, the train leaves him, and guess what? He has to drive in a car that flies. And then he gets in trouble for it because there's news that there's a flying car. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. I love Harry Potter, but that was not probably the best decision that he could have made, but he also had no other decision to make but that because the bad guys made it so he doesn't go on that train. Either way, I'm going with AJ Green. AJ Green's my train. We're going to ride that train. I believe in him. I'm like, if he has only one game, if he gets injured that game, I want to be at least be that guy, be like, okay, I tried. Okay, I tried.
You want to get those like 3 points.
Right, and especially if I'm playing, a team that has like really good players, I definitely want to go AJ. So
for sure, I definitely can see it both ways. And that's our one question. If you guys have any other questions, please drop them down below. Help us fill so we can do more of the You Ask We Answer. We love doing them. We love helping you guys out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get into our team by team breakdown. The Arizona Cardinals. Oh my freaking God, DeAndre Hopkins. I freaking love him. Where he's going right now is kind of risky to draft him. I don't have him in any leagues.
Right. I have him in one league. As much as I was talking crap about him, I do have him in a league.
If he was going like where Kenny G was, like maybe like the 3.3, somewhere there, 3.4, easy draft.
100. If he's in the third round,
that's
100.
what I'm saying. But he's kind of going in that like 2.6, 2.7 range.
Right.
And this is a 12-man league. So it's like, it's
okay,
way harder.
Let's just talk about all these guys, like where, because draft is basically almost done.
Right.
So like how do you see these players doing, you know?
Right. So I love DeAndre Hopkins. I view him going for 150 targets again. Having a good fantasy season. I think him giving you like 15 points a game on average. Amazing wide receiver 1 value, finishing inside like the top 7, top 8 wide receiver guys. I love Kyler Murray this year. I think he's going to take that next step. I think he has definitely not where Lamar is, but I think he can hit that like 600-700 yards season potentially.
Right. I agree for the most part. I mean, I have Hopkins in my top 10. I have him as the 10th guy. I think he's going to eat. That offense is going to be exciting. I think if you have somewhat on that offense, like for the most part, wherever you actually draft him, I think you're going to be excited about it. And the only guy that I'm just really not hyped about, especially kind of where he goes, is just Kenyon Drake. I don't believe it yet.
Yeah,
I just don't.
I think that short game span, what happened in the end of the year, of course it was insane, but like I can't trust that they're gonna just do that.
Right.
Also based upon how bad their defense is, based how bad their
right. So you're gonna have to throw it a lot more.
Right.
Maybe they throw it to him for receptions, but if you have Hopkins there, you also have a lot. You have a lot of playmakers down, man.
Atlanta Falcons, one of my favorite teams to watch.
Me too.
Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, undeniably a crazy connection. I'm so excited. Love both those guys. I think the big we don't really need to talk about that, but the big question is Todd Gurley.
Absolutely.
Well, like what's going to happen? Is his knee going to be able to stay good?
I would say he's out of my like realm of wanting. Like he to me, I love him. I love upside players, and he is an upside player, but he's such a risk that I am. If you got him, you gotta play him. I feel like it's stupid not to. Until something bad happens. But for the most part, I would try not to have him in my lineup.
Yeah, he's not safe at all. But I feel like if you could have got him as your third running back,
right, as your third running back
nice.
for sure.
I'm sure. But then again, like to me, like why spend that? I know we're not talking about the draft number, but like why would I even spend that draft pick on my third running back when I could just grab Cam Akers or Dobbins a couple rounds later and still have that upside?
Right.
It
sucks because Gurley was the shit, bro.
I know. He's the top 5 running back.
It's
he was the number 1 running back. And Calvin Ridley. I love Calvin Ridley this year. I don't have him in any leagues, but I think That was a big mistake. He just went a little too high for where I wanted him.
I don't look at him as high as every single person has him, but I definitely think he can be a wide receiver too. Just as, again, like he said, like I'd rather have a lot of other wide receivers over him.
Yeah, just where he was going. Like I'd rather have Cup. I'd rather have Woods.
Yeah,
but
I'd rather have Sharp.
But the next out of those guys,
Right.
he's the guy who
Like Sharp. Like if you have somehow you got Shark on your team and you have Ridley and you're like, who should I start? Like personally for me, Shark any every day.
Just depends on the matchup for me. I think it's closer than you would
say. I don't see it because
like if Shark was playing New England,
right?
Back when New England had other players, of course. Now we'll see what happens to New England.
Right.
And Calvin Ridley was playing like
I hear
Philly.
You. Right, I hear
I'm
you.
playing Calvin Ridley all
right,
day.
I hear you with that, but also it's like if they're playing New England, they might be going down by 30 points and they're gonna have to dish it out.
Okay, if they're playing Cincinnati, if they're playing,
It's hard for me to just sit Sharp, and I like. The only way I would start putting Ridley over Shark in specific matchups, is if continuously proves himself.
Like versus Saints. That's insane. To play Calvin Ridley against Saints is going to be a
right versus like a shootout.
And,
for sure.
And those are
potential.
the teams in their. We know who's in their division. We know the teams in their division.
I'd have to see it. In the beginning, I wouldn't. I'd have to see how they do.
Yeah, for all of them, of course.
Sharp week 1. Boom, boom, bam, bam.
The Baltimore Ravens. Like, are they going to have that same thing? I'm projecting them not to. I don't think Lamar goes for what he go for, like 1,300 yards. Holy crap!
No, he was definitely a top 10 or top 5 running back overall.
Yeah, insane. I don't see him doing that, but I do like some of their pieces. I like J.K. Dobbins. I think that he does take control. I know Boris isn't too high on him. I think that if you were able to grab him, you definitely got him as your third running back, and to have a potential league-winning running back at the end was awesome. Hopefully that comes. Hopefully, of course, it cannot pan out. Hopefully it pans out. I think Marquise Brown is definitely a very high upside play. It's going to be exciting to see what happens. You know, last year he was playing with the screw in his foot the whole season.
Right.
And Andrews.
Right. I'm excited about definitely Marquise Brown. I think where you're getting Marquise Brown, it's like a type of AJ Green. Yeah, he's never proven it for sure, but the upside there could be tremendous. I mean,
like that's where I would have loved to get Calvin Ridley. That's what I'm saying.
Right, like right before him or something like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like in the early 6th.
Right,
like
and I get that because the upside is just tremendous. I mean, Marquise Brown could potentially, have 8 targets, 100-yard games, 1 touchdown games. I mean, I feel like that's in his realm.
It's less for PPR for sure. I would say. You said 8 targets?
Yeah,
I would say
8 targets, not receptions.
Right, 8 targets. Yeah, I would say he's less of a PPR play, more of a standard play.
Right, but it could potentially turn into him getting a lot more. Like we don't know what this system can turn into if the games are closer.
It's a big question mark.
Right.
We'll see if teams are able to stop Lamar, because I think there's a possibility that teams are able to stop Lamar. I think people maybe can get
right, and I honestly am with the Ingram, man. As much as I know Nick from BDGE and a lot of others are like, stay away, Ingram, stay away. I think this is as far as I'll go, but I like it. He is going to be a decent flex option.
Oh wait, first of all, I'm down for Ingram. I would just never draft him because there's a possibility that when playoffs come, he's nothing to you. Like, there's a very real possibility, especially if
you're gonna say that they're gonna school everybody.
No, I'm saying even if they don't, but there's a potential. We can't deny there's a potential
for sure.
But especially if they're winning and they're like 12.
Yeah, if that happens, for sure.
Right.
It just depends on like who's there, at what time, and what I have.
They have the easiest schedule.
Right. I'm saying I'm okay to grab Ingram as my flex. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Like I am just staying away from Dobbins, man.
For sure. Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen not on that train. Stephon Diggs not on that train.
I don't even have him like
offense.
top 15 QB, dude.
Yeah, I don't want anyone in that offense. I don't get the hype. I get he has rushing upside, but like guy can't throw. They are a running team, and their running backs aren't like they have a committee.
Right.
I don't like anyone on that team.
I don't want anyone on that team either.
So we're gonna just skip that one. Carolina Panthers. I'm excited to see what happens with this one. Huge question mark. Got the new coach.
Right, because the coach went to Washington for my Gibson boo-boo.
They got LSU's man.
Yeah, which that's exciting. The LSU.
And they got Teddy.
Yeah, I love that team. I love the potential of that team. I like Ian Thomas on that team for a deep sleeping tight end. I just like that squad, man. I think they could be potential.
Yeah, they got.
Oh, Teddy Bear! I thought you were gonna stop the episode or something. You said you looked at me like something was happening.
They got Teddy Bear. They got the main man Christian McCaffrey. I'm sure we like Christian McCaffrey.
Wow.
My boy C-Mac. They got DJ Moore. I'm very excited for DJ Moore this year.
Respect.
Very, 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 very excited. See what happens. I think he's a very talented guy. I love grabbing him in the 4th, 5th round.
That's a nice play.
I went back to the first one.
Seriously?
So you go back to the first one, too, if you do it. Whoever does it. Let's do
Okay.
that. Whoever does it.
Quit now.
Okay. Got it. All right, guys. Still learning the
Still
system.
learning a little bit. Then we got the Chicago Bears. Mitchell Trubisky named the starter now.
Hey, we saying ill until we get the player. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I love Allen Robinson and Trubisky as a late dart throw in Dynasty.
No,
Give me that.
No.
What?
No.
100%.
He's not going to be playing after next year, or this year, probably.
That is so untrue, bro.
You think he's going to have a
Bro,
job next year?
I'm going to say this. The guy's 26 years old. He's
Right.
so young.
And he's trash.
Just listen to me. He's not.
And they haven't done anything.
The
while
thing
he's
is,
been there
I
and he's
think
trash.
I think he's
the team
better.
clearly thinks he's trash when they
Just
brought
listen. I think he's had a lot of ups and downs, and for where they drafted him, 100%. Right? He's had some flashes. You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
Boris about if I'm fucking.
Just listen. I got a little excited when I got. Listen, I'm saying in redraft, never in a million gazillion
I'm
years.
talking about dynasty.
In a dynasty where I can get him so late, where I got him 15, 16. Just
Right.
listen. If there's 10% chance that he has a decent season this year, and they re-sign him, which is a chance, bro.
It's very, very, very little. If they believed in him, they would have never brought in Nick Foles. They would have gave him another season.
I get, bro.
They're-
You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying probability
There's
is
a 10% chance. That's not
right,
a
and I'll
chance you
take that
probably
in the
wanna bet on.
15th round, easy, bro.
Whatever. Besides
He's 26
the point,
years old. Dynasty, boo boo.
yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that. But he's definitely a 1-year play. But Allen Robinson is a beast. He's done it with shit quarterbacks. So
And they have the same quarterback. I think the same floor, same upside as he did last year. I like it, which is a top 10 guy.
100%. I like Tariq Cohen a little bit
Nah,
for
take me
PPR.
out. Take me out.
A little bit.
I've had that before. I've been there.
But we'll see.
Don't want it.
I mean, it's gonna be different, especially for the first couple weeks with David Montgomery being out.
Right, and I've seen that done that
With David Montgomery being out.
before David Montgomery and Terry Cohen was the guy.
Okay. Then we got the Cincinnati Bengals.
Bengals.
I'm actually excited. I think people are so down on this team. Rightfully so. Their defense is trash and their O-line is trash. But they got some very, very, very nice offensive players. And with having trash defenses and having trash O-lines, they're going to need to catch up. They're going to need to score. Joe Burrow just went for what? Like 70 touchdowns last year in college? Why don't you bring it back to the first one? 70 touchdowns in college, 5,000 yards. Like, come on. Like, this guy is clearly a beast. Got number 1 overall. Kyler Murray finished as the quarterback number 7 last year. And Joe Burrow, I think, is better than Kyler Murray, truth be told. I know Kyler Murray had that rushing upside.
Right, but he also did it for one. I mean, he did 1 year before he was like okay.
Right.
And Joe Burrow had like this insane 1 year. I mean, hopefully, he.
Of course, it's a question mark. He's a rookie.
Right.
But they're also, I like Tyler Boyd a lot. Joe Mixon, what's going on with the migraines? He got the contract.
the migraines was not getting that contract, literally.
Right. I like Joe Mixon. I think he could definitely do good this
year. Yeah,
year.
100%.
Yeah, but those are the key guys to watch out for. Cleveland Browns, Jesus.
Honestly, I would stay away from everybody for their 80 and who they're like for their draft capital, and just play wise, because I'm question marks for everybody except to me Hunt, like for where he is. Like to me as like a decent flex option.
They flip for me. Hunt, if it was PPR, if it was
PPR.
if it was standard, I'm eating up Nick Chubb. Like
humongous. But I'm not playing in standards. But yeah,
right,
if people are playing in standard,
Nick Chubb is
Chubb,
amazing.
Sure.
Like one of the best running backs you can grab.
I agree. If it's a PPR game, I do like Hunt.
Right.
I do like I think he has a decent floor with pretty high upside. Honestly.
100%. I also like Baker. I think they have a good core around him. I wouldn't really draft him, but I want to see how he does. Like I think for Dynasty it's pretty good. He had a down year, but like he was projected to move up, and I think he still has a chance to. But Ezekiel Elliott, I freaking love him. Slurping all up on that. Dak Prescott is a beast. I love him as much as I love Kyler Murray to grab in that 6th, 7th round.
And I've been the hypest of hypes on Cooper. Love him. Love Amari. I think he's way too talented to be hobbled by injury. I mean, it happens a lot, but the guy is a stud. And if he can finally have a year in a system that it's like he's never had a quarterback this good. He's never had a system this good. There's so many weapons. He might not be able to get like quadruple teamed anymore. Like I just predict him having a top 10 season, top 5 actually. So
Yeah, Boris is way higher on him than I am, but
than everybody, the whole fantasy community, that's for
right,
sure.
he just has plantar fasciitis, so if that doesn't go away, it's kind of hard for me to see him be able to beast every single game consistently. That's the only thing. I think he definitely will have games with crazy ass scores, but I'm also very interested to see what happens with the whole CeeDee Lamb and what's his name, Michael Gallup. I want to see who becomes the number 2. That's definitely going to be interesting. Who's going to get a bigger share of that offense? Then we got the Denver Broncos. You know, they've added so many pieces this year. They've added Melvin Gordon. They drafted Jared Jeudy. And it's all relying on Drew Luck pretty much. You know,
right.
I like Cortland Sutton. I like Jared Jeudy. I like Melvin Gordon. But just because of Drew Luck, probably not going to be getting him.
Right. I don't want anyone from that team. So I wouldn't draft
bringing
anyone.
Peyton Manning to that off team. Everything switches, baby.
Right now, maybe put Michael Jordan in. Maybe he goes from basketball to
as a quarterback
to baseball to football. I mean, he can do it at 50. You know,
just living in the past here. But the Detroit Lions, I like Kenny G. I like Matthew Stafford. I think they're gonna have a pretty good bounce back season after Matthew Stafford comes back. You know, I don't know if people remember, but he did have an amazing 8 games for fantasy, and Kenny G as well did because of that. The backfield. Definitely a lot of question marks there.
Right. No. Those are the 2 guys, the only guys that I want. I mean, Stafford to me, he's a sexy play. He's super, super duper cheap. You're able to get so many amazing players and then get him at the end of your draft. I like that. I like that moving. Kenny G, he is pretty high where he's going. I mean, he's going like right after
Godwin? Godwin?
Yeah, right after Godwin. I mean, he's kind of there, man. I kind of like him a little less than there, but like I wouldn't be upset getting
depends
him.
on the game type.
The thing is, like in PPR,
standard,
right? In standard, God, I love it. In PPR, I just have him a little worse. I just don't know if he can get consistently as many touchdowns. I just don't know. So I'm okay to draft him.
Right, definitely a concern.
Yeah.
I do like DeAndre Swift myself. I think he's one of those running backs that at the end.
Don't draft him, guys. Don't play him right now. Do not.
Don't play him right now. Yes. But I think at the end of the season,
where he's going, where you went, even like where you got him, yikes.
Right, I'm saying now where you would be able to get him. At the end of this season, he is going to be a league-winning back. That is my opinion.
Next,
I think
Lazard.
Him more than Dobbins, but and that's why he was going far more ahead. Because Kerryon Johnson is definitely the worst option than Mark Ingram.
Right, check it.
Green Bay Packers. Hold up, I got you. That's the first one. Green Bay Packers. We got Devontae Adams.
PPR machine.
Monster. We got Aaron Rodgers. We'll see how mad he is about the whole love situation.
Yes, sir. Does he got love?
That's going to be interesting. And we got Alan Lazard, who apparently is now the number 2 guy. Boris has been saying it for many.
Thank you. Many years, right? Even before Lazard started playing football.
I still don't think he's. I still like.
You want to take that bet?
Huh? No, I'm saying like he probably is, but we still have to see it. So for it to be it.
Right.
I like Aaron Jones. I think he's going pretty high, so I don't have any shares of him. But
no way.
The
only guys that I like there is 2, Adams and Lazard. Lazard I like. I'm not like crazy about him, right? But where you're gonna be able to get him on your bench as a way we were talking about him as a shut your mouth, boo boo.
Aaron Jones though doesn't get too much. Doesn't get too many carries, doesn't get too much work, so it's a little scary drafting him. Houston Texans, Hopkins out. They got Deshaun Watson, who just got
talked about him, right?
The money bag, second highest paid quarterback.
I like Watson there. I like Fuller and Cooks. They're like a dart throws that could potentially become, a wide receiver 1, like at the end, like an end wide receiver 1, like maybe a fringe kind of wide receiver 1. And I can see it. If the guy steps up, and dominates, he could become a league winner. And I do like David Johnson. I think I'm more hyped than a lot of other players. I like his success in that offense, man. I do.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll be able to see.
Right. Tomorrow we are able to see, and I'm about to get that dinner. And guess what? We get to choose what dinner we want.
Yeah, the other person.
Any single dinner anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go to France. The Indianapolis Colts. It's definitely another team that's going to be very interesting with their new addition of Phillip Rivers. See how he does this season. He's going to be playing with the best O-line he's ever had.
Right.
You have
we talked about he's a good option to stream this week.
Yep.
His first week.
I do like it. They're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. You have T.Y. Hilton, who I like. I think he's going to be a very solid wide receiver this year.
Absolutely. I'm excited for him.
Michael Pittman. I'm excited to see what Michael Pittman does. And you have the running back, 1A, as the coach has been saying, Marlon Mack. And what's his name?
Jonathan Taylor.
That's definitely going to be interesting. Jonathan Taylor, again, one of the guys I think is going to win you the league later on in the season. But I think you probably have to play Marlon Mack to begin the season. I think he's a pretty good start, but I would never draft him because at the end, I don't think he's going to be that relevant.
Bet.
What do you want to bet on?
Nothing.
Okay. Then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jesus Christ. Give me DJ Shark and then run as fast as you can. I mean, Gardner Minshew is a little bit sneaky.
No, I do like Minshew. I like him. He's most likely going to be on your waivers. And I do like him as, you pick him up maybe the first cup. I don't know who they're playing. Who are they playing the first week again, Jags? The Colts. Maybe not there. But maybe he does bad, right? And then he's playing in this week 2, 3, 4. I don't know it exactly. But he's playing a pretty easy team. You pick him up. And you know what? He starts doing well. Like, I can see him finishing way better than his ADP. I think, like last year, he did really good for a guy that had no offseason, wasn't supposed to even play one game. He got stepped in that situation as a rookie in the 7th. He's a 6th round, 7th round pick. Like, he did really good. I think he has potential. I just don't think there's enough around him. And that O-line is trash, and that defense is trash. Like, everything is going against him, honestly.
Yeah, 100%.
I just like Sharp. Yep.
Kansas City. Oh, and the backfield there. Oh, that's going to be crazy. We'll see. We'll have to see who becomes the number one.
Right.
Kansas City Chiefs.
We don't got to say nothing about that.
They man themselves. Patrick Mahomes.
Not crazy about Michael Hardman in redraft.
Yeah, I'm saying Mahomes, Tyreek. Sorry. Wow, that was weird.
Whoa, bro.
I hiccuped and burped at the same time.
Vodka.
That is not a result.
Did you have a lot of vodka? Come on, bro.
Wait.
Are you from?
Mother Russia.
We got Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Travis Kelce. Those are the 4 guys I want in that offense. No one else.
Yes. And I love them. I love those guys.
But those are some very nice guys.
Sneaky, not
it's
sneaky.
It's so crazy because all 4 of them
go in both the 2 rounds.
Go in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Practically.
Literally.
And that's because of Mahomes. That's insane. I wonder if that's ever been a thing. Yeah. Then we got the Los Angeles Chargers. We got that hard knock hype. Definitely gonna be exciting if they bring up Keenan Allen's role. I still think he's great, even if they don't. But
I do. I think I kind of was sleeping on him. I think in standard, I'm not that crazy about him, but in a PPR,
did I say Keenan Allen? My bad. I was saying
Tyrese Taylor. Austin Eckler.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry about Keenan.
Yeah, I like Keenan Allen. I think because he's going so low, I think he's such a sneaky play.
Yeah.
I think who are they gonna throw it to? Like, they're going to throw it to him.
And I remember games last year where, oh my God, it was
like
so
19 target
annoying
games
playing against him.
Yeah.
Like, it was literally just, who are they throwing? Keenan Allen.
Winner.
Pretty much. But I'm excited to see Austin Eckler. I'm see if they bring up his role.
Right, they were saying that he's gonna have the same amount of touches.
All the beat reporters out of there are
those
saying
beat reporters are about to get some beat. I'm about to beat their butts because I got him in every league, bro. Come on.
Tyrod Taylor.
I do like, by the way,
I do
love it. You guys, if you have a league that's happening today, get Austin Eckler. He will win your leagues. You heard it here first.
What's it called? Tyrod Taylor, definitely don't get him in redraft. I mean, you don't have to.
No, sir.
I think he will be fantasy relevant for some games.
He will. Some weeks he'll definitely have it. With his running upside, absolutely.
It'll be exciting to see what Justin Herbert does when he comes in the league. Then the other Hard Knocks team, we got Los Angeles Rams. We got my boy Cooper Kupp. We got his boy Robert Woods.
Let's go. No, I like them both, baby. They both my boys. Like, we having a Cup in the woods and we chilling.
Make sure she drives out the Cup jersey.
Right. No, she will. My girl knows. My girl knows that's my jersey. My girl is so sweet.
I think I should have that jersey for the season.
Huh?
You can have the jersey, but I think I should be wearing that jersey.
We should both.
Sundays.
We'll just both wear it.
Okay. But that's going to be interesting who becomes wide receiver 1. Are they going to be in 12 tight end sets? I like those guys. I'm staying away from
Or are they
Higbee.
gonna, like you were saying in the last 4 weeks, even though it was a tight end set, they just didn't play Cup
Right.
in that sets
Right.
because like they wanted to
Right.
rest him.
They were
so
trying
maybe they
out other
So
people.
maybe in the 2 tight ends he's still utilized. And I know the biggest thing is like he can't run anything but the slot. But we'll see. Maybe he proves some people wrong.
I think he
Antonio
will.
Brown was what, a 7th round pick, and I think he proved everybody wrong too. So.
Right. So let's base all of our decisions
On
off
AB, on God, God. Hells yeah.
Tyler Higbee, I'm staying away from. I don't like him this year. I think that was a very small stretch of games. I think they were playing teams that were very bad
Yeah.
against the tight end position. But if he breaks out, he breaks out, and I'm not going to be stupid and say that it's impossible.
No, I like him way more than you. I think he has. These are the upsides we're talking about. These tight ends that are going pretty. You're getting him in the 7th, 8th
But
round. Like
all I'm saying is I think with Gerald Everett wasn't playing those weeks. I'd say with Gerald Everett back, with them not hitting those 12 tight end personnel sets, which I think they won't be.
Yeah, I hear you. I ain't mad if you draft him and you draft like another tight end,
Right.
lower in the draft.
And I think he's going very high, like not high, but like he's like one of the first ones that go, at the later rounds. Then we got Cam Akers, my boy Cam Akers. What a monster! I'm excited for him. I think he's like one of the only running backs other than Clyde that has a clear-cut role to be.
I wouldn't
the
say
number
clear
one.
cut, but out of all the running backs, out of the
Yeah.
rookies, definitely more hype than him because
Right.
it's a
he
little.
still believes in Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown.
I don't
those
believe
guys
it.
are gone.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just I don't believe in the like as much as I love the Rams.
Right.
I don't believe in them being like, okay, it's your squad. Like
Yeah.
I in my mind some like I don't know what it is about it. Like something about like their decision making last year is just like poo poo faces.
Yeah, but they clearly sucked. So why would they make the same decision making?
I don't know. I'm saying it's a possibility. I'm saying I can see it
Of course.
happening. I also can see Akers being the guy. Like I can definitely see it.
Right. Of course, I can see it both ways too. Jared Goff, I don't really like him for fantasy. I think he's sneaky, but you could probably just get him off the bench if he does crazy week 1.
Right, and then you pick him up and
Waivers,
he's your
I
guy.
Right.
Potentially.
Miami Dolphins, we were talking about them earlier in the episode. Definitely a sneaky offense. Could be better this year. I want
Yeah.
to see what Tua does. That's going to be exciting. If he even plays at all,
I hope he doesn't.
Fitzpatrick's definitely a sneaky guy. I don't know if you guys remember what he did at the end of the year last year, but it was like all 20-plus point games.
Oh yeah, he finished like top
Crazy.
10 guy. I
Top 10.
think.
Devontae Parker, Preston Williams. I like both of them.
Yeah, I like all their playmakers, even where they're going, like even Howard, right? Even
Right.
Breda, like they're going where they should be going, and they have some sneaky little upside there.
Then we got the Minnesota Vikings. Thielen, in love with Thielen. They traded away.
But he's gonna
Diggs.
be
He's the only guy there on an island.
PPR machine.
Yeah, crazy.
I don't like
Kirk.
Jefferson,
I like Jefferson, but of course he's gonna be a while for him to
a
get
rookie in the
up to speed.
COVID system, in the COVID situation. I don't think they'll have enough where he might have games. If he's talented. Like we clearly know from LSU he's talented. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. I just think the only guy you can really depend on is Thielen and Cook.
Yeah, and I don't really like Kirk Cousins that much for fantasy.
Yeah, dude, definitely don't. He's just mediocre. He's decent floor. He's
Yeah.
good floor. But
Then we have the New England Patriots. What's gonna happen with Cam? That's like one of the biggest question marks this year. What the hell's
Right.
gonna happen with Cam? Is he a monster? Is he not a monster? Is he what he was when he was an MVP?
I do think he'll finish as a QB1.
If he
definitely
if
do
he
think
is
so.
playing all 16 and he's healthy, yeah, me
Right.
too. Then you got Edelman. I think he's gonna be pretty solid for you again this year. We have
PPR machine.
Yep, we have N'Keal Harry. See if he makes that jump.
Wait,
this
how many of
year.
you guys know where Edelman finished last year in PPR? What rank?
Where, Boris? Where?
You guys will never believe this. You guys are like, oh my god, like 15. They're like 25
No, I'm you guys. You're still Boris.
Oh,
Why are
okay.
you still
Back
talking
to it, bitch. I mean, I'm gonna have to bleep that. You want to put that bleep?
Well,
so
you
we
never
can-
said it.
Did I not? I think
Said
I just.
bit.
Okay, that's what I said. YouTube. Okay. 7th overall, 7th wide receiver overall. Like, insane, dude. He had like one of his at 33 years old. He had one of his best years in, I'm saying in fantasy. So I still think he can do it. I mean, Cam Newton, who does he have to throw it to? I feel like he can't really. He's not gonna really. He's gonna try to throw far bombs, but the Patriots are the Patriots, and they're gonna utilize Cam Newton very well.
Yeah,
And I think Edelman is gonna be Edelman and him.
And I would stay away from their. I would stay away from their running back except James White. For
Right.
PPR.
It would be James White, Edelman, and Cam Newton for me.
For PPR, James White. No, nothing else.
Yes, sir.
The Saints. That's gonna be a crazy fun offense. Love Drew Brees. Can't say anything about Michael Thomas.
Bro, they still sleeping on Breeze.
right.
Like still.
Alvin Kamara is definitely the big question mark. What is going on?
Right.
Jesus Christ.
He's interesting. He's like a player that you can. It's weird. Like it's two ways. Like you can trade him for something nice, and you can get him for something
But
nice.
the problem with getting for him, right? And
I know, because
tried,
you're gonna have to give a lot.
is
I know.
you can't really get him
I
because
know.
people are still valuing him for what he is.
Right.
Like, it's very hard to still trade for him, even though there's all
Right, because he's your RB1. Like you
Yeah,
want to get an
you
RB1.
drafted him in your fourth,
Right.
fifth spot. So
I feel like you gotta live with it at some
yeah.
point.
I like Latavius Murray, definitely sneaky guy this year. Jared Cook, I freaking love Jared Cook as a
Right.
tight end. That's gonna be awesome.
Definitely a good sleeper.
Then we got the Giants. Daniel Jones,
Let's go. We got them at 88, 8 and 8. We got a bet going between me and my boy Richie Rich. I say they gonna have at least 50% type league. I think their offensive life got better. They have a new system going there. They have Jason Garrett. They gonna dish it to my name Barkley. Yes, they have now they have injuries that I didn't know until now. So they have Tate, Golden Tate's injured. Whatever. That's what I was saying. I was telling you that if they don't have injuries, I can see it.
Yeah, but the thing is, they have such injury-prone players.
I know. So
in
it's a little
Sterling
scary.
Shepard, in Evan Ingram, and those two guys aren't the injured ones. So if other players are getting injured, yikes.
For sure.
Then we got the Jets. By the way, who I like all those players, honestly.
Yeah,
the
I
Jets,
definitely get all of them.
This is the one team I will stay the freak away for the rest of my life. Not this team specifically, but Adam Gase. Oh man, what, bro? Le'Veon Bell, nah. Boris is in it. I'm not.
Respect.
Yeah.
No.
Bet.
Don't like Sam Darnold.
We got that bet though. We got that. We got that.
Versus.
No. We got the
Bell.
Bell. We got the Bell finishing better than Sanders.
Sanders.
Bet.
We have Le'Veon Bell versus Miles Sanders.
Probably not the sexiest pick I've ever had and the best bet I've ever had, but I'm gonna stand to it. I think Bell is gonna be the wide receiver one on that squad. Watch it. You heard it here first again. And I think he's gonna have a better It's weird. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think he still has a possibility of being a monster. But I also think Gore could be like, bro, I'm clearly a better running back than you. And Gase is like, dude, you definitely are. And they just give it all to Gore. Who knows, man?
Yeah, and then they sign Balaj back.
Right.
But I like
They gave
Jameson
Balaj
Crowder. I do like Jameson Crowder. I will say that.
For
Where he's
PPR,
going.
he's good.
He's a very safe, boring pick, but
PPR machine.
Oakland Raiders. That's one of our biggest not Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders.
Right, that's a little weird.
Yeah, one of our biggest teams that we think could potentially make
A
that
lot
next
of
step.
upsides. A lot
Brian
of upsides.
Edwards, Henry Ruggs, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, all those guys. It's gonna be very interesting what happens to them. We love all of them.
They could potentially be a team like if they get if this quarterback plays like he can play potentially, like we've seen him before.
Boy Carr.
Right, or they get a guy, they could potentially be like a Kansas City Chief because they have everything they need. On the offensive line. I'm saying they have
Patrick
a Ted.
Mahomes.
I know. I'm saying if they can get a quarterback, is what I'm saying.
Right, if they can get Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
That's the only way any team will ever be as good as Kansas City.
You know what I'm saying? They have good upside. They have a good, seemingly like a good future. I mean, they have a great running back.
Great future. They built that team well. It's exciting to see what happens.
Gruden did it, man.
Yeah.
People didn't believe in Gruden. He got it done.
Philadelphia Eagles. Man, wide receiver core crazy, but we still like the players. Alshon, Deshaun, if they can stay healthy. They just love their Shawns.
Right. I would say Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz.
It's kind of with me. That's kind of where I'm at. Zach Ertz.
Everyone else is just gambles, but I like the high upside gambles, right? Because they have a good quarterback. Carson Wentz is a great quarterback.
Right.
So
Sanders,
if Goddard hits, if Deshaun hits, if Alshon hits, if Rager hits, if any of those guys hits, you're looking good. Miles Sanders.
Right, and Deshaun
Sanders
and Jeffrey are definitely nice because they're so late. They're at the end of the draft.
Right, but Miles Sanders is definitely a good pick.
Oh, yeah,
I like
100.
that a lot. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's another big question mark. Ben Roethlisberger back. Juju first time with him.
We got what's his name? Mike said that Pittsburgh Steelers are winning it all.
Right.
This year. So
I didn't hear that, but damn, that's crazy. That's wild. Then we got Deontay Johnson. I don't like Juju where he's going right now. I definitely like the upside. I think he was just going way too early, so they couldn't get any of him. But Ben Roethlisberger and Juju, that's going to be a crazy thing. I definitely like Ben Roethlisberger as a quarterback for fantasy. But is Deontay Johnson going to make that next step? Is James Washington maybe going to be that second guy making the next step?
Is James Conner going to be able to stay healthy?
James Conner. Apparently, James Conner is in lock for the work bell role.
Yeah, I didn't doubt it.
Right. Definitely Benny Snell could be a good guy in the back end. And I'm excited to see what happens in the future for Anthony McFarland. Potentially something there. San Francisco 49ers.
Kittle. That's it.
That's kind of it.
I mean,
like
Debo's
Debo.
right.
No, I like
Debo for sure.
Debo's
he just has
expecting to play.
He can get re-injured.
Right. Nobody else. I don't like Jason Garoppolo. The running backs although they are very valuable, whoever it is, it's just very hard to know.
Right, you don't know which time you have to, like, when can you play this dude, when can you play that
100%.
dude, so I don't know.
Seattle Seahawks, I love Russ. I love Russ. I love Tyler Lockett. DK Metcalf going way too high.
Way
love
too
him.
high. You definitely don't want any shares of him
Never.
because of where he's going.
Yeah. Like
maybe
if any
in,
of you guys
in
are out
standard,
there,
yes.
right, in standard, sure.
Yeah.
But if any of you guys are out there and are betting DK Lockett is going to have a better year
DK
than Tyler
Lockett?
Lockett, DK Metcalf,
DK Lockett going better have a DK Metcalf.
than Tyler Metcalf. I like Chris Carson. I know he's not that high up on him. I think if Chris Carson can stay healthy, you got yourself a workhorse running back 1.
Yes, sir.
Then we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, probably going to be one of the most high-powered offenses this year.
Definitely can win the Super Bowl.
Definitely, with Tom Brady coming into town. They got Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Love those guys. They got, what's his name? The running backs are interesting. Who's it going to be, Leonard Fournette or Ronald Jones?
Right, I don't want any of them.
But whoever it is going to be very valuable in my
But the
opinion.
thing is, they utilize it, especially last year, and a
Yeah.
lot of the times they use 2 backs.
Right. I'm saying whoever
and
has the
forth.
goal line work is going to
Right,
be very
which
valuable.
definitely will be Fournette.
Yeah, so I think Fournette actually
I'm saying, like, at best, in my mind, a flex.
yeah, of course. I mean, that's where you can draft them now, though.
Potentially, right.
Definitely. Now.
Right.
Then we got the Tennessee. By the way, I like Tom Brady as a quarterback, but
Yep,
fantasy.
I like it, man. If you just drop down, and you get Tom Brady,
yeah.
sexy.
Tennessee Titans. Definitely interesting. Derrick Henry.
That's
and
the only guy.
No, I would
Who?
definitely get AJ Brown.
AJ Brown way too high for me, bro.
Way too high, but I'd get him.
I wouldn't. Is what I'm saying.
I definitely like him. I think he's gonna have
Not
an
in PPR. I'm
alright
saying most of
season.
my
Yeah,
leagues
not in
are PPR.
Sure.
so I'm just
you
not
need
gonna
to
have him.
clarify that
Right,
when you're saying
PPR.
that.
Standard, yeah, for sure.
Of course. Derrick Henry, love that guy. Wouldn't get Ryan Tannehill.
And Washington Redskins, I got 2 words for you. Gibson, that's 1 word.
I got 1 word.
And McLaren.
And I got 1
I'm
word.
I'm driving Gibson on that McLaren, bro. That's
and
what
I
I'm
got
driving.
1 word, and it's the best word in the universe possibly created.
Washington.
Love. And now time for our Super Bowl predictions. If we get this right, we're going to become millionaires, apparently.
Absolutely. I put $500 on this.
I am going to go with the very, very... Now, nobody's going to see this coming. Nobody is going to pick them to win. They have probably the smallest percent of chance in the league to win. Just kidding. They have the biggest chance in the win to league. The Kansas City Chiefs with the quarterback.
Winner.
Patty Mahomes.
Oh, okay. Here, I got you.
With the quarterback.
Crappy Patty.
Patty Mahomes.
Crappy Patty.
You know what it is. I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs to win. Now, yes, they did win last year, and it's the obvious choice here. But come on, like that offense is way too high-powered.
They just got better.
Patrick Mahomes is about to win for the next 10 years. Mark my words. You heard it here first. That's my
Right.
prediction.
I'm gonna go with the one that I want to win. I'm gonna say is the Rams. I think they were just here 2 years ago. They were just like, oh, so close, so close. Oh my God, oh come here. Okay, let me get this formula. They're literally like, let me get the Krabby Patty formula, please.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes like, bro, chill, dog.
Well, it was
Chill.
more of the Patriots.
Chill. But yeah, I'm gonna go. It's hard not to go with them, but if anybody asks me and the Rams win, I'm gonna say it's the Rams. Other than that, I'm gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it's just with
If we're being realistic here, I mean,
the
there's
thing
really
is this,
no one to
with
bet on
COVID
other than him.
situation, with a horrible offseason for everybody, I think they're the team that basically nothing changes. Their personnel for the most part, stays. Their core stays, and I just feel like for other teams that have to compete with such a team,
Well, they get better with their running
But
back.
that's what I'm saying, and they get better with the running
Potentially.
back. But right, I do think it's better. So
For fantasy, for sure.
yeah, those are are really crazy predictions.
Right. And people are going to probably hate on us. But, hey, there's no point to bet against what's actually going to happen.
Rams.
Guys.
I got one for the Rams though. Here we go.
No. Oh, my God. Are you doing the one I think you're doing? This one's pretty out there, guys. If you know, you know. I'm just going to leave it at that.
quit while you're ahead. 2 brothers, 1 Cooper Cup.
If you know, you know.
2 brothers, 1 Cooper Cup. Okay.
And that's
Ooh.
how we're gonna end it.
All you need is love.
Bum, ba-da-da-da-da. I
Man,
feel like I feel like I just talked for like.
Bro, I don't know
a
why
mile.
we picked this to do all these things on the last episode before football. I don't know why it was. It kind of happened. I don't know if that helps you at all right before the season starts on Thursday. But honestly, if you have any questions about any matchups, any concerns, any drafts, whatever, let us know. Comment below. But if you guys really want to know what the matchups for specifically Thursday, we will have it out. We will have an episode for you guys tomorrow about it, explaining who to have, who to put in.
You know what we should do tomorrow?
What?
We should do the biggest start-sit questions.
What do you mean?
The biggest start-sit questions.
But aren't we doing just Thursday's matchup?
Right. We should do Thursday's matchup, right? Because that wouldn't take a whole hour. And then we should do the biggest start-sit questions of the week.
Like what? What do you mean? Like how?
Like, who do you start? Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf?
Okay.
Who do you start? AJ Brown, Tyler
We
Boyd.
do a couple of those.
I was saying a whole episode on that because it might be good for the views.
Yeah. Let's do it for the views.
I don't know. We'll see.
Are we doing
You'll
it for the
see.
views? Guys,
No.
we're not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for the views.
Hey, do it for the view. But thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed that, please hit the subscribe button so you can hear me freaking rant again.
Yes.
We do really appreciate all the help. All the support. I'm about to pass out. Thank you. We are the Fantasy Football Brothers, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.